wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna, the 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Cause nobody really cares. Cause nobody really cares. Cause nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
Y'all calling me crazy when a been ballin' all day like Brady. Long hair this wavy, and a been shopping all day, no Macy. Hot about first lady, you can't date me. Look at your savings, you still waiting, still blowing out daisies, counting on daydreams. Crazy, gotta go crazy. All of these hazy, no crazy. Like crazy, crazy, gotta go crazy. All of these hazy, no crazy, no crazy. None of you got crazy. Y'all got more crazy. Then I ball like Spalding. Can't call my bluff when it's my calling. Won't duck them all in. It's a brand new day, new pace like jogging. Straight facts, no jargon. It's a whole lot of big blue checks, no login. No stress, no stalling. See a whole lot of big focus when I'm ballin'. I'm going crazy, yeah. Can't date me, yeah. Look at your savings, yeah. Got 'em going crazy, yeah. Look at your savings, can't date me. I'm going crazy, yeah. Can't date me, yeah. Look at your savings, yeah. Got 'em going crazy, yeah. Look at your savings, can't date me. Like a Mexico, I mean, I'm not sure, like a Mexico. Anybody I'm not sure, I can let you know. I mean, it's to the point, like a Mexico. That's cuckoo nuts, crazy, amazing, buku bucks. Pay me off for luxury. Shame me, who knew you go crazy? Crazy, gotta go crazy. All of these hazy, no crazy. Like crazy, crazy, gotta go crazy. All of these hazy, no crazy, no crazy. None of you got crazy. Y'all got more crazy.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm the. I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They just do get the play off. Now Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
It's Bubba Bolden who picks it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Mitchell.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Now Lance.
Flushed out right. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, 3rd and goal.
Lance looking to throw it.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Jameis to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tariq Castro-Fields, able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. First down, here's Mitchell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The middle linebacker to 4-3. So often the captain of the defense gets them all lined up, and the captain made a great read there to snuff that play out. From the 39, Lance. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here to 3rd and long. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got a receiver who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter. They're trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Lance going to throw. Just get rid of it.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. There's Chris Olave. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
The Saints looking for a 5th win of the season in this one. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Winston. And the Niners get there and bring him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
11 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 12.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Saints nothing.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months. Not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes it carries a burden with it because they put that to work perfectly as well. You can't just go out there and get it as the
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now Winston.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Winston now.
They'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston.
He completes it to Olave.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Winston. The pass caught by Olave. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talking about how great it is.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A big play there for the Niners. 68 yards. Throwing now is Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. After the sack on 1st down, Winston tries the left side and finds Olave. And he goes out right around the 39.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
To throw, it's Lance.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Levante David.
And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Lance now to throw.
And he'll just get rid of it.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. And that was a good collision right there. I know this as a former defender. If you're putting a linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play. Who do you think's going to get the ball? Contact is going to be strong.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's got some space here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And now they'll throw with Lance. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the 29, Lance. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's got a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And the Niners are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Lance looking to throw it. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
That's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he's got another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Now Lance. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Marcus
Chris Davenport able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Lance.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
On second down, here's Mitchell. "66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
From the gun, it's Lance.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Niners are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
Jameis now on 1st down. Finding Taysom Hill complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the gun, Winston. Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying the right side with Mitchell. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from...
Touchdown, 49ers! A great effort there. 36 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Again, it's Kamara. Now the ball comes loose, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that challenge, a successful one. First down, Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They run over center with Mitchell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And now here is another interception. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Niners 48, Saints nothing. It's Wishnowsky to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And they will take a knee here. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was